What will come to most of you to understand is that a lot of you have not understood the power, the strength, and the essence of the creation of your own physicality. A lot of you talk about it so casually. That is one of the biggest fear I have. Soon you're gonna miss the train. You're so attracted to the big that what is the creation of itself you miss. In most of my teachings, very casually, you refer to it and you walk away from it without understanding it, without in a way comprehend what it can do for you, what it can do to you. It's become something that it's the habit of mankind looking for the big thing, that tiny thing, which is the essence of the whole big thing, has been overlooked. What is important in most of the work you do, many of you, majority of you speak about it and walk away from it because to you is something belongs to planet Zeus, nothing to do with it. But from now on, if you are in a path to elevate your soul, you have to, you have no choice. It's part of what you have ignored. In the essence of its creation is the soul of the man. And none of you understood. None of you have come to comprehend its potential and its power. If you look in all the processes, you always made the gas. And in all the processes, you made the salt water. But what you have not understood, you ignored this guy, what we call it, amino acid. Be it the CO2, be it whatever. But what is the amino acid? It's the essence of creation of you. And how can your soul memorize what was here that you actually forgot we were teaching here? Many of you, when we ask and we talk about the soul of the man, or element, blah, you don't go to the periodic table, and I just laugh. I said, these people are missing it. Your amino acid is the beginning of the soul of the man, and how so many of you have ignored it. You mix the zinc and the copper and blah. That should be the soul of the man. But the soul of the man sits here. It's already established in the hand of the man. It's a living thing. It's the plasma of the creation which has created you. You got to understand you were too busy to see big amount of ganses, and you missed the little boy who can show you the way out. Many of you have developed technologies and mixed everything else, and is this the soul of the man? Is it my soul? And I say, my soul, they don't understand. And I promise you, 99% of you from tomorrow only work on this one because you want to get to your soul. But understand how you do it. Understand What is the reason of it? Now that you have become peaceful creatures, we can show you peaceful ways of the truth about the knowledge. Then you need gans of CO2. Do you need gans water, plasma water upset? And I play the game because this is what you want to be. And we had to keep you busy till we achieve our peace goal. Now, as I said, through the understanding of the days and its rays, I'll take you to see your creator. Many of you have not understood, and many of you, you're so busy copying that never could understand. I'm not after anything, but I'm after the development of the soul of the man, and the basic block of the soul of the man sits on top of your gas waters, and you have all ignored it. Because the illusion of a maglev system or a flight was much bigger than understanding the flight of the soul of the man. You keep on saying, our body is made of DNA, and the DNA in essence is the amino acid, and if we have a DNA, we must have a soul which is creating it, and you keep on missing what's on top of your box. Now, would you like me to show you what it can do? Would you like to go dimension of the flight of the soul of the man? Or would you like to go dimension of the flight of UFO of the man? Now you understand. Now you come to comprehend. I could have told this 10 years ago. But as I said, when we see the peace, establishment, first steps of peace, we will give the man this freedom. It's not a carrot and stick, it's a path to the Creator. Because the field which has created this itself is a plasma, and in the strength, in essence, as ray to what has created life, which is the Creator. Now make ganses, but understand what you make. And when you do not get baffled by what we put in there as a magician to distract you, not to see the reality of the magic. Some of our doctors very recently, past year, have started playing with it, but they don't understand it really. But we amino acid into it. But as they're so physical, they could not take that next step. The next step that they could go through the full amino acid, that is plasma creation, to create the balanced soul of the man and the Creator. But you will not achieve this till your soul is sincere in the direction of the Creator. Just because you have a car doesn't mean you can drive. Soul of the Creator with Amino Acid Mr. Keshe. David, West Sussex. Oh my God, West Sussex. You see, you're too physical. Just because in one of the teachings I said that amino acid, you don't need to have. Because if you, any of you have made ganses, you understand that amino acid does not have the matter physical condition as the gans. And that's what it is. And in so many ways, it gives you a better combination to understand how your soul is created. Not to use the amino acid to make, to get to that, to reach the soul of the Creator. You again look at the matter of the amino acid and look at the fields of the amino acid. That's where the problem sits. I explained to you something very simple. My screen doesn't work, and if you touch the screen, most probably we lose all of it. When we showed the ganses in the dynamic system, if you remember, the size of the inner ball, which became hollow, which become the principal matter, stays at a certain size. It becomes detached from the matter point, even if it's held by the matter to confirm its existence. So when you use the GANs of amino acid, and it has to be a combination of it if you understand, then would the size of that circle opens up, or would it reduce? And in a way, you look at the empty space, I call it the point of detachment. It has nothing to attach to confirm its existence. It's the point, the strength of the Creator. Does not need to have to show. It exists because its power it shows. You're looking at the empty space and some water and some copper and zinc. Now try some protein or amino acid of the gas and see what that size changes. And then you understand. And this is what I always say. It has nothing to touch itself, so it's totally detached from totality. And what you see in that center is the soul of the Creator. But with its power, holds everything else in order. I am that point. Even in the dimension of physicality, you don't understand. So when you make a system, you always looked at that empty space. And I always said, in the essence of creation and Creator and everything He has created, there is part of Him. And that's it. That's what it is. It does not have anything in it to confirm its existence. But with its existence, it confirms its power of its existence by holding the water, the gans in position. You do not need to show to confirm your existence. Now you understand when in many teachings I explain to you that in the center of everything, principle matter. When you come to this point of emptiness, nothingness, but having the power of controlling everything else around you, is the existence of the Creator. Mankind has always looked that he is within the Creator, but the Creator is within the whole entity. Now maybe some of you understand. That's your common denominator with the Creator. And when you can make that circle large enough that it become the whole of the ball, you might have reached the level of understanding of the work of the creation and the Creator. Because whatever is outside that ball, which is the totality of the universe, is the confirmation of the existence of. You always, all of you want to fill the ball as much as you can, where in reality, when there is nothing in the ball and can dictate, you will understand. This is the point, your confirmation of your existence within the center of your soul in common with your Creator. This is what is in the center of every plasma, every neutron, every electron. Without it doesn't exist. You look for physicality to confirm the existence. He looks by not having physicality to confirm his power. And if you look, when you look at the shape, the size, the dimension of everything else outside it, what do you see? Balance, perfection. You don't see a little bit of the gans over here and a little in the middle and the others. They spread equally. Waters which create that boundary to it, what we call the transition, still perfect, all in balance, all in perfection. When you look at the hollow center in the center of the ball, with its correct conduct, everything is in order. That's a sign of the Creator. With not being, not having, not possessing, still being, to be generous, to give and to correct and to connect. You've been looking for the soul of the Creator and it's there. You've been blind to it. And it's within your soul. If you look in a dynamic reactor, you have that ball, which is your skull. You have that elements of the material which up to now you kept the zinc or copper, which is the direction of the emotion layer. You call it blood of the man. That water is the brain of the man. And that center is the soul of the man. It's not that it's holding it in, it's holding with its power the totality and control. Now you know you have found your Creator. And this is the beauty of it. The smaller it is, the more powerful it becomes. But it has to conform and confirm within the structure of the dimension of the matter state of its environment. You've been looking for your Creator, you've been watching it and you're not. That's what I told you when I start teaching you next week. Many of you will commit suicide. Not in a physical dimension, in the lack of understanding of the knowledge.